Hi again, this is Lilian. I'm going to do my second presentation for the class HT568. So as you can see from the slides that I prepare, I'm going to talk about Indonesia, okay? And all about the transportation modes, the accommodation selections, and also the food and beverage industry about the country and some attractions that I gotta introduce to you, okay? And I hope you like it. Okay, so first of all, let me talk about transportation in Indonesia. Okay, so since Indonesia is a country with almost 3 billion people, the traffic is a pain for everybody, okay? Because the country is now developing and everything is under construction and lots of infrastructure is not complete yet. That's why the situation of the transportation in this country is kind of in a mess at the moment. Okay. However, I listed around 6 different types of transportation modes that I want to talk about. Okay, so first of all is the extensive bus system, but that's only in Java Island, which is the main island of the country, especially in Jakarta, the capital city. Okay, and this kind of buses, they offer certain lengths in the major from major destination to another. Okay, and they have specific buses land in the main roads. Okay, and the rates for this kind of buses is around 3.5. 3.5 K, which is 3,500 Indonesian dollars, and that's rupiah IDR. Okay, and just for your information, $1 equals to 13,700 Indonesian dollars rupiah. Okay, so you can see that lots of people, they usually carry millions or billions of Indonesian dollars with them when they go out shopping or eating. Okay, and that's very common in the country as well. Okay, and second type of transportation I would like to talk about is ojek, which is one of the very popular one in the country. Okay, and that's actually ojek equals to the motorcycles that the driver or the rider can carry one or two passenger and take you to wherever you want. And the rate for this kind of type of motorcycle is around 15 start from 15,000 Indonesian rupiah. Okay, so take you from A to B, which is very convenient, but also can be very dangerous because sometimes they do not offer helmet for passengers, and that can be a risk for the passenger. Right? And third types of transportation for the residents, is bajai. Bajai is a three-wheel, like a simple car that I show on the slide. The picture on the right corner, that's bajai, and the rate for this kind of tool is around 2 to 5,000 Indonesian dollars per trip. Okay, and also they got mini bus. Okay, mini bus is actually also very convenient for the residents because you can hop on anytime you want and drop off anywhere you want, anywhere you like. Okay, but there's a certain route for the minibus to operate, and you can get on along the road whenever you want. But this also cause lots of issues for other drivers on the road because they stop whenever they want, and that's very difficult at the moment. And number 5, I want to talk about private cars. Okay, so more and more households, they have cars by themselves, which is more and more common across the country due to the increasing income level, and also that people start to buy something that is considered luxury goods. Okay, so that's more and more, and the increase of private cars and also the demand of gasoline. Okay, so that's also an issue at the moment for the government to deal with that. The gasoline demand is rising as well as the traffic jams. And number 6 is the taxi that you can see in every country across the world, and you can see lots of taxi in Indonesia as well, and that's around the base pay is 7,000 Indonesian dollars, and every kilometers costs you around 3 to 4,000 per kilometers. So like 20 minutes rides from A to B usually cost you around 30 to 50,000 Indonesian dollars, and that's pretty normal. Okay, and that's all about the residents in Indonesia. How about for the tourists? Okay, for the tourists, actually, as I just mentioned, Ojek is very popular for everybody in Indonesia. Gojek is a new idea that for a very good option for the foreigners or visitor or travelers, okay? Because Gojek actually is a program that established by the government that they wanna set the rules for all the Ojek drivers, that the riders, that you have to wear the helmet, you have to offer the helmet for the passenger, and also the car has to be inspected properly and very well maintained, and the rate system should be very, very clear, and you cannot cheat on any passenger, those rules like that. Okay, so this new program actually helps the foreigners or travelers to have a better option of transportation, and actually this is very convenient that you can talk to them to tell them wherever you want to go, they take you there. Okay, but the only issue is they can only take one person at one time. Okay, and second is, of course, for the tourists, minibus also can be very convenient because many hotels, they do offer certain cooperation with the minibus, and you can ask the hotel concierge or the front desk to know if you want to go somewhere else, which minibus you need to take, and they can give you a fair rate standard that you will know how to take the minibus. Okay, so that's actually a very cool thing for the foreigners or travelers to learn from the hotel concierge or front desk. Okay, and taxi, of course, for the tourists, can be the safest and most comfortable option to commute from A to B. Taxi and Bluebird, the most common and most quality brand in the country, is the most common option for most travelers. Okay, and also for the tourists, train system also can be used if you want to take very long trip from, for instance, from Jakarta to Jakarta, which is the Western Java, to the Central Java, which if you drive you can spend like 10 hours. So in this case you can take train from Jakarta to Central Java. Okay, and even the train system is not so complete in the country and only offer the service in Jakarta area, Central Java, and some of them in Sumatra, the other island. Okay, the other major island, and that's all. So in terms of trans system, still very limited in the country. Okay, and there's a long way to go that they're going to build more high-speed railway in the next 10 years. Okay, and we will see about that. All right, so that's all about transportation. Okay, next part I'm going to talk about accommodations in Jakarta and Bali. Okay, why I only talk about Jakarta and Bali? Because these two destination is the most popular destination in the country. So I only picked these two destinations to talk about. Otherwise, it gotta be too much if I wanna focus on the whole country, because the country is just simply too large to discuss. Okay, so first it's Jakarta. So actually, Jakarta is a very international city that offers lots of international brands. I mean, hotel brands. Okay, so from luxury hotel chain to even local motel or backpacker hostel. You can find all kinds of hotel in Jakarta city, in downtown Jakarta and also in outskirts Jakarta. Okay, so everything. So the brands, the luxury brands including like Mulia, Ritz-Carlton, Fairmont, Four Seasons, and Grand Hyatt, Mandarin Oriental, and much, much more. Okay, so you can see, especially in the downtown Jakarta, you can see all kind of hotel brands. They have a property in the downtown Jakarta. So, in short, the city have lots of lots of 5-star international hotel. They also have some budget smaller hotel in the outskirts of Jakarta, especially nearby certain like airport, right next to airport or right next to bus station. You will find some kind of smaller scale hotel or motel in those areas. Okay, and most of those local hotels, they are usually local brands, not international brands. Okay, just to let you know. And then let's take a look of the accommodation in Bali. Okay, Bali, which is one of the top attraction in in Indonesia, right? Excuse me. So in Bali, you can find so many different kind of villas with spas, and that's actually a specialty in Bali, that people come to the destination for searching for those kind of spas and facilities in the hotels. Okay, and also of course you can find those luxury vacation hotel or resort or timeshare in along the seashore of Bali. And also lots of Balinese people, they offer local homestay to the backpackers or budget travelers. Okay, so you can find majorly these kind of accommodations in Bali. And actually every of these kind of either luxury hotels or resorts or local homestays, they both offer very Balinese style or elements in their property and in their service, and that's kind of the selling point of them. Either kind of hotels, accommodations, they offer the spirit of Bali. That's why that's how they promote themselves and also attract more customers. Okay, so that's pretty much about accommodations in Bali and also in Jakarta. Now let's move on the food and beverage industry. Okay, so the food and beverage industry in Indonesia is actually influenced by many different countries, such as Chinese, such as Netherlands or Spanish. Okay, actually they also very similar to those Thai food, Vietnamese food, or Malaysian food, because Indonesia is kind of have so many cultural influences by all these countries. Oh, I forgot also India. Okay, so both of them because of the geographic reasons, but also with those historical reasons that Netherlands was once the empire in Jakarta. In Indonesia. Okay, so during the colonial times, they have so many influence till today. Yeah, right. Okay, so now as you can see on the slide, I listed a few very famous Indonesian cuisine, such as the first one, nasi goreng, which is the fried rice. Okay, and that is one of the CNN top 1 listed international delicious dish, which is nasi goreng. Okay, and that's usually for Indonesian, that's their breakfast. They eat fried rice for breakfast. Okay, and second, it's gado-gado, which is also very special, and you can only find this kind of salad in Indonesia. It's mixed with all kind of vegetables and with lots of the sauces is used peanut, like peanut, and with lots of spices inside. Okay, it's very very special, and I personally I love it so much. The gado-gado, and gado-gado can have so many different types that different from Java island to Sumatra island. Okay, but all of them, I mean, different islands have different types of gado-gado, but they are all very good. Okay, and number 3, that's soto ayam, which means it's like the chicken broth and noodles and mixed together. It's a little bit yellow. Okay, some people thought that's sort of curry, but they're actually not. It's chicken broth. And then bakso, which is more Chinese style, but also Indonesian style. It's like Indonesian style meatball. Okay, and they usually put in, you can put it in soto ayam, which is the chicken broth, or you can eat it with other rice or fries. That's all good. Okay, that's bakso. It's Indonesian style meatballs. And then last one, and also the only drink that I listed here is beer bindang. And beer bindang actually is the national beer brand of Indonesia. And that's very cool that most Indonesian people, they do not drink alcohol since they're Islam. Okay, but this kind of brand and this kind, beer bindang can only be found in big cities. People don't get it in rural areas. Okay, that's about religion and also about the culture. And many foreigners or travelers, they come to Indonesia or come to Bali, they will have beer bindang as their drink in the beach or in the nightclub or whatever, and that's kind of specialty in Indonesia as well. Okay, beer bindang. Okay, so that's pretty much about the food and beverage industry. The food and beverage in Indonesia, and the food and beverage industries actually can be discussed more and more, because due to the growing level income and also the growing trend of international cuisines, lots of new restaurants are now opening, and it can be seen in different places in the country as well. Okay, so actually the food and beverage in Indonesia is very very colorful. Okay, now let's move on to attractions. Okay, so attractions in terms of by the definition, I will talk about attraction in different categories. So first one is about heritage. Okay, heritage. The first one I gonna talk about of the top heritage in Indonesia would be the Borobudur temple compounds in central Java. Okay, so as a country full of all kinds of destination and abundant tourism resources, why I need to talk about Borobudur as the very important one, it's historical value. Okay, because this temple compounds was built back in 9th century, and that's actually about the Buddhism religion, which cannot be found anymore in the country. Not many people believe in Buddhism today. Most of them are Islam, but you still can see that the temples are being kept very well, and people respect this kind of existence because they believe this is a very important heritage of the company. And according to UNESCO, okay, this is also a cultural historical heritage of the company. Okay, and according to TripAdvisor and also Lonely Planet, they think that this is Borobudur Temple is one of the most famous Buddhist temple around the world. Okay, tracking back to the 9th centuries. Okay, and second one, I gotta talk about the top heritage of the company. The top heritage of the country is the Komodo National Park. And Komodo National Park actually is a group of volcano islands, like a few. Okay, so this is located right next to the Bali island, next to it. Okay, and these islands are located in the central central location of the whole archipelago of Indonesia. Okay, they have lots of giant lizard, which is Komodo giant lizard. Okay, that's the selling point of the national park, and they also got so many. They're so beautiful pink beach, which is famous nowadays. Okay, also they got coral system under the water with very very clean tropical ocean. Okay, so that's what make the national park so beautiful. All right, then let's take a look on the excuse me. Okay, the number 3 cultural landscape of Bali, which is also another heritage from the according to the United Nations. This is the cultural landscape of Bali, is another heritage of Indonesia. Okay. Okay, now let's take a look of those commercial attraction in Indonesia. First one is the Old Town District in downtown Jakarta. Okay, so this one actually is originated from the original colonial buildings and parks or squares until today. Now it becomes like the street of the cafes and those bicycles that people can ride around. Okay, so now it's become more like a theme park. Okay, so that's the very cool commercial walking district that I wanna introduce to you. And second is the Ubud traditional market in Bali, which I think I did mention in my presentation number 1 as well. So in this Ubud traditional market, you can find lots of art crafts, and those art crafts are made in Bali. Okay. And number 3, I gotta talk about the shopping malls in downtown Jakarta as well, because many people, they go to shopping malls. Either residents or travelers, they go to the shopping malls all the time because the tropical weather is pretty hot at most of the time. Shopping malls are the best options for people to escape from the heat. Okay, so I consider shopping in all kinds of malls in Jakarta is also a very cool option for most tourists. Okay, now let's take a look on the next slide, which is about entertainment. So the first one I gotta talk about is the Gazak dance. Okay, this is a very traditional Balinese dance you can experience when you visit Bali. Okay, and actually this is also one of the national lead that the government wanna promote the cultural theme of Bali. To another higher level. So they promoted this kind of dance recently. Okay, number 2, that's also another new coming up trend that the government or the tourism bureau, they wanna highlight this specialty, which is the Jakarta Jazz Festival in Jakarta, right? And they wanna make it as the biggest jazz festival in Asia and then become in the world. Okay, so during the jazz festival, lots of music house or bars or clubs, okay, they offer all kinds of jazz music performances, for 2 weeks long and every year, and they make it bigger and bigger. Okay, so that's another entertainment that can be looked up to. All right, now the last section that I gotta talk about is the itinerary that I offer for travelers or for visitors. Okay, so as you can see on the slide, so that's 7 days, 1 week. Okay, so you can see that from Philadelphia to Jakarta, that's a very long flight. Of course, you need to transfer in LA and in Taipei, and totally it's almost 24 hours, which can be very very exhausted. That's why I make this itinerary. The lead of the itinerary was that the main purpose is to help you to relax. Okay, so once you fly to the destination in Jakarta, you can have a 1-day tour in downtown, and downtown including Old Town Jakarta, which is take a very quick look of the capital city. And day 3, that flying to Bali Island, then you can have very good experience, very relaxing time at the beaches and in the resorts. Okay, although it can be a little bit expensive, but still the experience can be very relaxing and also refreshing. Okay, so as you can see on the last slide that I offer the accommodations here. So I know that staying in hotel villas or spas can be very expensive. So I sort of arranged that the first 2 nights we can stay in Sheraton Airport nearby. Sheraton Airport in Jakarta, which is not as expensive as the hotels in downtown Jakarta. Okay, but still you got Sheraton. And day 3 and day 4, the first 2 days in Bali, we can stay in Holiday Inn Express, and that's very ideal. That only 35 per night, and that's can kind of reduce the budget a little bit, even though it's holiday. It's a budget hotel. Still, you got Holiday Inn Express, which is an international brand that can have certain quality. And the last 2 days, day 5 and day 6, we stay in one of the best villa hotel in Bali, which is around more than $700 per night. But you can stay on the beach for the whole day, and you also can enjoy the on-site dining that you don't need to commute from destination A to B, and all you need to do just lie down and relax. Okay, so that's pretty much about the accommodation that I arranged for you. And also you can see the itinerary. I try to include a little bit of this and a little bit of that to make sure that you can have really something from Jakarta City and also have lots of nice time and relaxing time in Bali Island. Okay, and that's pretty much about my presentation number 2, and I hope you like it. See you next time.